Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. The Gasparilla Bowl between Wake Forest and Missouri is very intriguing for one simple reason: motivation. Wake Forest may not have any after a very disappointing season, which saw them go 7-5 after winning the ACC Atlantic in 2021. Missouri may have all the motivation they need after barely getting into a bowl game at 6-6, but chickening out from playing Kansas in the Liberty Bowl. The Tigers certainly won a bowl victory. I guess they didn't think they could beat Kansas, but thought they could beat Wake Forest. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see who is more motivated in this Gasparilla Bowl, and obviously who's going to come out victorious with a bowl victory when it's all said and done. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. Ready to break down everything you need to know for Wake Forest, Missouri, Gasparilla Bowl, Demon Deacons, Tigers, motivation, everything involved. We're here to break it down and share it with you. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Of course, check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Some of the best college football and NFL spread picks in the country over there, guys. Check out our holiday special package, $29.99, gets you every college football bowl game spread pick and every NFL playoff game spread pick, all in one package for one low price. And we can guarantee not only will we finish with a winning record, but you're going to win some big time money, just like we did in the regular season, where we beat out over 80% of the national analysts and hit over 60% of our bets. So make sure to go check it out. The link for that down in the description below. So this is going to be an interesting game, guys. I mean, two very different styles. Obviously, Wake Forest, a very disappointing 7-5 season. Missouri slipping in there, beating Arkansas in the season finale to get to 6-6. And what a great bowl destination for both teams. You know, not the great season of all, but they get to play in Tampa. So not a bad bowl destination right before Christmas. So we take a look at the offense, guys, and we'll start with Wake Forest, a team that's averaging 36.8 points per game, and a team that always has a chance in their game as long as Sam Hartman is under center. As of this video, we've only seen a couple opt-outs from both sides, and we'll touch on those in a second. But Sam Hartman is expected, as of this video, to play in this game against Missouri, and we hope he's fully healthy for that as well. He's thrown for over 3,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions this season. He has A.T. Perry at his disposal, one of the best wide receivers in the ACC, 980 yards and 11 touchdowns. Again, one of the best duos in the conference that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. But the key here for Wake Forest is one of their key opt-outs was their second leading rusher and Christian Turner. He will not be available. 516 yards, 7 touchdowns on the year, has entered the transfer portal, will not play in this game. The Demon Deacons do average 314.6 passing yards per game. The rushing game wasn't going to be too big of a factor in this game. They want to rely on Sam Hartman. They want to rely on the pass. But the ground game has been better than it has been in years past, averaging 133 yards per game on the ground. So something to kind of keep your eyes on. Turner was, again, the second leading rusher, not number one, but still a loss there just to have that depth in what would be a hard-fought Gasparilla Bowl. Missouri, on the other hand, offensively, very, very different than Wake Forest. They only average 25.5 points per game. They are certainly more balanced than the Demon Deacons, as the Tigers averaged about 213 passing yards per game and about 158 on the ground. So their ground game actually can be pretty potent and can be pretty tough to stop. But they're going to be without a very key contributor as well. They're going to be without their top wide receiver and Dominic Lovett, who had 846 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. He is transferring and will not play in the Gasparilla Bowl. So Brady Cook is going to be down his top threat, his top wide receiver. Cook has thrown for over 2,500 yards and 13 touchdowns this year, has rushed for over 500 yards and 6 touchdowns on the year, but he's going to have to step up. He's going to have to step up. He's going to have to find someone else to target. He's going to have a better supporting cast in the passing game, and they might even need more help at the running back position from Cody Schrader, who's rushed for over 690 yards and 8 touchdowns. He is going to need a good day. He's going to need a big day. Missouri's averaging 158 rushing yards per game. If the Tigers can stay balanced in this game and not put all of the weight on Brady Cook, all the way on the passing game, if they can stay balanced, they're going to have a shot in this game against Wake Forest. No doubt about it. Take a look at the defense, guys. Neither defense is spectacular, but Wake Forest is certainly worse. The Demon Deacons, guys, giving up 29.3 points per game, 273 passing yards per game, and only 137 on the ground. So the rushing defense, not horrible for Wake Forest. And that's a good thing to look at here. It says, okay, if we can keep Missouri kind of bottled up, if we can kind of keep the ground game in check, especially from Brady Cook, not allowing him to scramble and extend plays, and we force Brady Cook to win the game solely through the air without his top wide receiver, I like our odds. That's what Wake Forest is thinking here. So they've got to make sure to do that. The secondary, though, has been very bad. So bottle up Brady Cook, sure. Make sure to keep him in the pocket, but your secondary's got to do their job. They gave up 391 passing yards to Duke. They gave up 357 passing yards to Syracuse, 448 passing yards to North Carolina. It's bad. It's a bad secondary. Again, only 273 passing yards per game. The Demon Deacons do have 28 sacks on the year. They have only forced 7 interceptions. All the more reason to look at the secondary and go, not that good. So if I am Wake Forest, I'm making sure that Missouri is one-dimensional. And I want to make them one-dimensional through the pass because I don't want them to run to set up the pass. They're going to exploit it anyways, but at least that's the only thing we have to focus on. So Wake Forest has got to find a way to do that. Missouri, on the other hand, they're only giving up 25 points per game. Defense saw a major surge towards the end of the year as well. Only 210 passing yards per game they're allowing, only 127 rushing yards per game. That number not as significant because Wake Forest really doesn't want to run the ball that much anyway. So how is Missouri secondary going to fare against the Demon Deacons and Sam Hartman, assuming, of course, he does play in this game? Missouri has only held... they held 10 of their 12 opponents to under 28 points. 10 of their 12 opponents they held to under 28 points. The only exceptions to those were Kansas State, champions of the Big 12, and Tennessee, back when they had Hendon Hooker, one of the best offenses in the country. The Tigers have 35 sacks on the year. Wake Forest has allowed 36. So they have the ability to get some pressure on Sam Hartman, and that's ultimately the key if you're Missouri. Get after Sam Hartman. Get after him, and force turnovers. And they are very turnover prone because Louisville was able to pressure Sam Hartman. They had 8 sacks on Hartman in one day, and they forced 8 turnovers in a 48-21 victory. If Missouri kind of follows the same recipe that Louisville had in pulling off that upset, the Tigers will win this game, and they will win it comfortably. So that's kind of what you need to watch out for defensively there. It's going to be a tough game, guys. I mean, this is a very, I think, even matchup. I mean, this is... Missouri owning the defensive edge, no doubt about it. Wake Forest, to me, owning the offensive edge, no doubt about it. So which way are you going to lean? And, I'm sure I'll get berated for this as well, and I fully expect it. I'm going to lean Wake Forest. I'm going to lean Wake Forest here. I think Dave Clawson has his troops ready. This is definitely a disappointing season for Wake Forest. They win the ACC Atlantic last year. They expect to contend again this year, and they kind of fell off. But Clawson has been masterful in bowl games, getting them to bowl, and Wake Forest traditionally performs well in those bowl games. So I don't think motivation will be too big of a role in this one for the Demon Deacons, to the point where they're just like, hey, we don't care, we're just here. I think they're going to come ready to play. I definitely like Sam Hartman over Brady Cook. I definitely am concerned about Missouri's passing game without their star wide receiver. They're going to need other people to step up. And if Wake Forest bottles up the run game, and obviously the secondary gets a break without Dominic Lovett, I think Wake Forest in a close game can eke this one out. If they have the ball last, I expect Sam Hartman to go out there and win the game for the Demon Deacons. Missouri gets another heartbreaking loss. They had a heartbreaking loss last year in the final minutes to Army. I can see a similar result here to Wake Forest. But the Gasparilla Bowl, not a beautiful name, but it might be a beautiful and fun game between Wake Forest and Missouri, one where we are picking the Demon Deacons. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Again, check out that holiday special, $29.99, get you every single college football bowl game spread pick and every single NFL playoff spread pick as well. Go check it out. The link for that down in the description below. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.